Hello everyone. Well, today is the long-awaited tour video. It's been quite a long time since I've been promising you guys to make one, and now finally I have a chance to do one. So, here's the current collection of tarantulas. If you check on my channel page, you'll see that I have 130 tarantulas, one true spider, the diplorid, and the trapdoor. So, how I'm going to work this video out is I'm going to tell you what the specimens are, how long it's been in my collection, and a little brief overview on their temperaments. So, without further ado, let's get started with the top shelf. Okay, so the first one is one of my favorite interior decorators. This is Stripes, my Phonopelma simani, the 5-inch female. I got this one in 2007. She's kind of skittish, but she can be a little bit defensive. Alright, T number 2. This is Mina, my 4.5-inch, I would say mature female. Nondu Colorado Velocis, the Brazilian black and white. Got this one, I think, at the expo back in 2009. Temperament, she's pretty skittish, and certainly a big hair flicker. T number 3, this is Dora, Lasiodora difficilis female, commonly called the Brazilian fire red bird eater. I got this one, I believe, in 2008, 2009. She's pretty defensive. I'll just touch her and you'll see. There we go, that's defensive behavior from her. This one here is Cat, the Vicularia urticans, the giant Peru Pinto. She's approximately around 6 inches. Definitely pretty mean. I'll just touch her abdomen, you'll see. Yeah, clearly not an avic to be messed with. Alright, so these two T's are my Arachnotour species. So on the left I have my OBT, Carmela. She is a 4.5-inch female. Temperament is your classic OBT nature, very mean. And this one here is Star, a P. Lagarde, known as the Fort Hall baboon. You can probably see her leg over here. Yeah, she's really not too happy. Is Nicole. She's a 4.5-inch female Seleno Cosmia crassipeeps, the Australian whistling spider. She is very mean. I got this one from Tarantula Canada, I think early in 2011. And this is also a recent addition this year. Is my Brachypelma classy, the Mexican pink petunia. She's a 5-inch female. For a Brachypelma, she's not terribly aggressive. She's very skittish, and she's prone to flick a lot of hairs. Yet another interior decorator. This one here is Roy, my Grammostola pulchra male, that I got from Leslie back when we last saw each other for the tarantula get-together. He's pretty calm. Other times he's a little bit defensive. Ooh, you guys remember this one? That's Lois, the Grammostola rosea Chilean rose that I got from K-Man actually on Wednesday. I just wanted to draw her out, and holy crap, it was a good idea that I decided not to handle her in front of you guys. See, goes to show you how G. rosea is going to be extremely moody. Yeah, that's what she looks like. Not terribly full grown. She was sold to me as a 4-inch female. It is confirmed female, but I think it might actually be a little bit smaller. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Now this one here is kind of special. This is the Eupalestris camperstratus, the pink super beauty. This is Yasmin. She's a 4-inch female. This is consequently the first tarantula that I ever bought from Tarantula Canada, back in 2007. That's when I first met them. She's very calm and docile. I'm considering buying Shannon's mature male that she has for sale. And I can start breeding these. But she's absolutely gorgeous. Alright, next is more Grammys for you. So these two are Pulchripes, the Choco Goldney. I have Wendy here. She's a 3.5-inch female that I got in 2009. I'm going to close you because she can be slightly mean, not too bad. And here's Mario, the mature male. Also is Peach and Wendy's brother. Well, actually big brother now. He's going to go to Diane on Monday. No, Diane, since he wants to breed him with his female. It's just a shame that Charlotte still hasn't not molted yet, because I really would have liked to try this out, but I'll probably get him back and hopefully be able to mate these guys. So Mario can be a little bit skittish, somewhat flicky, and not too bad in temperament. Alright, here's one nasty tempered arboreal. This is my Summelpost Armenia, the Venezuelan sun tiger, Josie. 4.5-inch female I got as a freebie from Tarantula Canada back in 2007. Certainly grown quickly since then. Now I have my largest Summelpost in here. This is a freshly molded Cambridgey, Trinidad Chevron. So bring her to the light and see this awesome looking species. I'm hoping I can find someone who has a male because I would like to breed her. She's definitely a little calmer than the Armenia, but it's not by much. She's around 7+ inches. Trina. Yes, I forgot. The Cambridgey was bought in late 2008. Now, this is last year's purchase from Tarantula Canada during the Expo video. This is a Cithracanthus livingstoni. I still labeled it as an unknown species because we have some suspicions that this actually might be a Aphonopelma curinifum. Yeah. But not the blue form, the darker form. Very skittish, like the Acimani. Now on to everyone's favorite. This was bought in late 2007. Actually for a Christmas present. Is my Haplopelma lividum cobalt blue midna. Well, she certainly does have your lividum attitude, so I'll just touch her with a paintbrush to show you guys that cobalt blues aren't really recommended for beginners. Yeah, there we go. Kind of scary looking. But you can see it's a very beautiful specimen, and it's unfortunate that it's one of your pet holes that you don't really necessarily see all the time, unless it's really late in the evening. But overall, it's a nice looking species. Alright, shown here are my Heteroscadra maculata, the Togger starburst baboon. This one here is Dementia that I got from PDM 89 back in 2008. And here's Libby, which we never actually see very much. I'm hoping you can see her. She was bought from Tarantula Canada back in 2007. She's a 4.5-inch suspect female. Where is she? She's probably hiding in there. Libby's not bad in temperament. She's a little nervous, not very nice tempered. On the other hand, Dementia is just exactly why I called her Dementia. Very mean. Well, aren't you sight for sore eyes? Remember Rosalina, how small she was back 2 years ago? Well, look at her now. She's approximately like 4.5, 5 inches. As you can see, she's terribly not happy. one of my most defensive Salmpoas next to my Erminia. Very cool looking specimen. Haven't seen her in such a while. These should come to you as great no surprise since I just filmed it yesterday. Are my pair of Santi Vincenti, Tapnicinius. Well, you know, Tapnicinius are pretty mean, and these are really no exception. Although the male is quite calm. But here's a better video of the mature female. And Armando's humongous male. It's the male once again. And the female. Some more arboreals for you. This is Barb, Tapnicinius gigas, the orange tree spider, that I got from PDM back in 2009 when she was around 1.5 inches. Now look at the size of her. She's approximately 4 inches and fully mature. And definitely very mean and very fast, as like the Santi Vincenti. And this one here is Annabelle, that I got, I think, last month, or a couple of weeks ago. It's my confirmed female of Vicularia Pincto. No, like as always for Pinctos, this one is absolutely calm, very docile, and quite handleable. Although she's a little bit skittish and jumpy, as you saw when I transferred her. Alright, so I believe you saw 26 of my 130 species. So, all these three are full terrestrials. We'll start with the far end first. That's the Grammozola rosea Michaela that I got from my friend Eichmann 2006. She's a full-grown 5.5-inch female. She's trying to drink some water. She can be mean if she wants to be, but not as bad as Lois. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Lois was that red form, if I did forget to mention. Okay, this one here is Chilobrachys guanaceensis, the Chinese fawn. That's Julin. She's a 4-inch female. Love the way she designed her enclosure. She's over there. I'm not going to take her out. She's extremely fast and pretty highly defensive. But definitely one of my biggest webbers next to my GBB. Okay, this one here is Lasiodora parahybana. This one here was a 2009 purchase. This one is a 2010. There's Daisy that I got from K-Man. 5-inch female. Certainly very hair flicky, but not as defensive as they claim to be. Just give her a little touch. Yeah, you can see she's a hair kicker, just like Pierre and Lawrence was. Gotta miss them. And lastly, they got from PDM89, gave me a free Brachypelma smithy. The Mexican red knee, this is Athena. She's pretty cool and calm. Oh, well, maybe scratch that. 5-inch female. Alright, here's Grishina. She's a adult female, Heteroscadra maculata, Togoceros baboon. Definitely skittish and pretty fast. Got this one 3 years ago. This Rufulata was purchased 4 years ago as a 1/2-inch spiraling. And just look at the size of this girl now. She is awesome. She's approximately, I would say, a good 6.5, 7 inches. Yeah, she's really not that temperamental. Certainly very skittish and very nervous, but non-aggressive. 2 terrestrials here to show you. So this one here is my Acanthoscuria brocklehursti, Sasha. She was bought around 4 years ago from Tarantula Canada. My father got me this for Christmas as a 1-inch spiraling, and you can see how big she is now. She's approximately 5.5 inches. She's got an incredibly fat abdomen from all these superworms. She's pretty defensive, mainly because of her incredible feeding responses. So if you try to touch her abdomen, she'll probably run around and try to strike the paintbrush. Yeah, she's certainly very bulky. And then you go to this one here. I got in late 2008, in October. No, I'm sorry, 2009. As a green bottle blue, mature female, Chromatopelma cyanopubescens. It was a Kijiji ad that I was referred to by PDM89 since he knew I was looking for a female GBB. And there she is. She's a little bit mellow, but if you try to touch her on the abdomen, she'll turn around and do threat postures. Alright, this one I got early this year is my Brachypelma albiceps, the Mexican gold red rump, 5-inch female. She's exactly like my classy. She can be very skittish and certainly quite a hair flicker. So these are Tapnicunius gigas, the orange tree spiders. If you remember last year I picked up 30 gigas babies from our breeding loan with Tarantula Canada. So these are the 4 remaining that I have. I have a gigas that's a potential male. And I have 2 potential females in here. One's hiding. And the other one is over here. Incredibly fast these guys are. And very aggressive too. And this is the one that I was supposed to give to Jesse, who has my LP male, Lawrence. And this one might be also, I think, a potential male, but I didn't really get a good ventral sex of this. But yeah, same temperament, mean and pretty darn fast, as all tappies are. Here is the G. pulchripes Charlotte, who does not, I repeat, not want to molt. It's over 2.5 years now since she last molted. She was bought in 2007 as a 1.5-inch spiderling, and you can see how big she is now. She used to be so incredibly docile until one day she decided, oh, let me turn to be mean again, and ever since I tried handling her, she almost gave me my very first T-bite. So we'll just give her a little tab. Well, she's not that bad. And this one here, I really don't want to disturb him. This is an immature male. Megaphobema robustum, the Colombian giant redleg. It's got the most unique threat postures that I've ever had. Not terribly defensive, but it likes to bob up and down and start to shake those urticating hairs. Also a 4-year-old specimen. Alright, number 42 and 43 are my, I would say, 4-inch females. Lasiodora parahybana, the salmon pink bird eater, and the Nhandu chromatus, the white striped bird eater. So there's Goma. She's okay. Not terribly aggressive, but certainly hair flicky. This one just loves to go into little fake threat postures. That's Nadia, the N chromatus. Both were purchased last year. Nadia was bought from the Expo, and Goma was actually purchased from a pet store. That's the time where I didn't think it was an LP. It kind of looked very dark, and then when I looked at it, sure enough, it was an LP. Okay, so here's Genesis, the Zenithus simanus, the Colombian lesserback tea. I remember purchasing her back in late December of last year. I remember well because it started to snow that day for the first time. Certainly very hair flicky, very skittish. And there's big old brig boy Hans, the mature male Theraphosa sturmi, the Burgundy Goliath bird eater. He's pretty old. He was bought from the Expo in 2009. He matured in early 2010, and he's still alive. Though I don't think he's sterile fertile enough to mate with Gretel, so I'm stopping the mating projects with them. And you know, he's a favorite of mine. Certainly one of the biggest teas that I ever had in my collection. And the last tea I'm going to show for part 1 is my Aphonopelma chalcodes, the Desert Blonde. This tea has been with me since 1995. So she's pretty old. She's, I would say, a good 20 years old. Jason's sending me a mature male so I can try to breed this specimen. She's pretty moody, just like the Girosea. She's calm, but there are times where she can be a little mean, but not too bad. So, that's part 1 of my collection. I just showed all this entire shelving unit over here. So the next part, or 2 parts rather, we're going to do this shelf. A lot of teas.